We welcome you to this broadcast of men's basketball on NKTelco Sports. Here at the ONU Sports Center, where the Capital Comets will take on the Ohio Northern Polar Bears. Tonight's game is brought to you by John and Tony's Restaurant, Four Seasons Drive-Thru, Jalapenos Mexican Grill, Whatever Cards and Games, and NKTelco. Welcome inside the ONU Sports Center here in Ada. First of two big matchups in OAC play between the Capital Comets and the Ohio Northern Polar Bears. My name is Mike Hearn, and this afternoon a terrific crowd getting ready to take in these two games. And two teams kind of evenly matched early on and through this part of the season. There you see the Capital Comets and a lot of experience in their head coach, David Goodwin, the St. Mary's Rough Rider product, third all-time leading scorer in Rough Rider history, taking on Neil Young in his first year at the helm for Ohio Northern. Northern coming off a loss up at Alliance last weekend to Mount Union, 89-71, trying to get some things going. They were outscored by 16 in the first half, and then tried to come back. CJ Napier has been back and into the lineup for the Bears, but they're taking on an offense that won at Kalamazoo 75-57 on a Thursday night by between 22 points, and just a terrific all-around game for Carter Combs, a team that has not had problems scoring the basketball for Capital. They've just kind of had issues defending at times. We'll see if that holds true today. Capital has won 5 straight meetings dating back to the 2019 meeting between these two, but there's a lot of things at stake in this ball game. Both teams come in at 1-2 in the OAC, and former teammates in Capital's Ryan Seaver and Will Miller from Audubon representing Ohio Northern. Their town is in full effect here. It's a sea of green behind me, and a lot of big things to come from those two young men as they face off for the first time at the collegiate level. We've got a lot of great things on tap. Again, 2 games today with the women going after this one, and 2 teams on the women's side that only have a combined 2 losses, and the ONU women at 3-0 on the year. But see what happens coming up here in just a couple of minutes. We've got the national anthem on the way. When we come back to 8, we'll be ready to tip it off. Bears and Comets here on NKTelco Sports.
Whatever Cards and Games in Ada is your locally owned, family-friendly business for all your gaming needs. We carry a wide range of collectible card games, board games, family games, role-playing games, educational games for all ages, and more. Stop in today for your much-needed expansion packs and war miniatures. We are an official tournament store for Yu-Gi-Oh!, Magic the Gathering, and Cardfight Vanguard. Expect an enjoyable time at Whatever Cards and Games, where there's fun for everyone.
Four Seasons Drive-Thru, we have the coolest beverages in town and specials to satisfy all appetites.
Check out our Facebook page for all the details and times of Brandy's Pies. Get this great pizza by the slice or take home a whole pie. And don't forget his spectacular subs.
At Four Seasons Drive-Thru, we have all the supplies you need for game day celebrations.
Four Seasons Drive-Thru, 205 North Main Street in Ada. Great drinks, great food, wonderful service, and amazing prices.
Go Bears!
Nareda Lanes in Ada offers men's league bowls on Mondays and Wednesday evenings, women's league bowls on Thursday evenings, couples bowls on Friday evenings, kids bowl on Saturday mornings from December through March, Scotch mixed double bowls on the last Saturday of every month, Open bowling on Saturday evening. Saturday afternoon, reserve the bowling alley for children's birthday parties. And on Sunday, lanes are available to reserve for birthdays of any age as well as for group events. Check out NKTelco.com for more info.
Households are using more connected devices than ever before. TVs are streaming, smartphones are browsing, security cameras are watching, and virtual assistants are, well, assisting.
You'll need an umbrella today.
As you add more devices, we are constantly improving our technology to deliver the fastest and most reliable internet to your home. So make sure you have enough bandwidth.
Get NKTelco high-speed internet with speeds up to 1 gig. Call 1-888-NKTelco today.
Back here as we get ready for the starting lineups of tonight's ball game. The Ohio Northern Polar Bears being introduced. Their starting lineup with the 6'2 freshman at 8.5 points a game in Will Miller making another start. He's gotten into the starting lineup. Last time we had the Bears hit a 14-point effort, and he will be a big counterpart for the Capital boys to try to slow down. Leading rebounder in Michael Berner wears 15. 22 belonging to the leading scorer in C.J. Napier. 15 points a game, 7 rebounds. Now back into the Polar Bear lineup. It is a 7th game of the year. Neil Young. We'll see Ethan Bell wear number 3 and Landon Long wear number 5. The Capital and Damon Goodwin, 26 years. He's gone 424 and 287. We'll put out a lineup that includes Caleb Crawford at the point guard slot. Carter Combs, the 6'2 sophomore. So we're ready for the opening tip. Griffin Dosek from Anna. Dan Mogerly wearing at number 20 as we get ready for the keys. You see there. For Capital, it's all about defending Northern's ability to hit the three-point goals and establish their own presence on the board. And kind of if you do that, says Coach Goodwin, you'll be able to convert your scoring opportunities in the bright purple of the no longer Crusaders, now the Comets. See Northern want to be able to maintain defensive pressure. They did not there from the corner, the first 3. Tom Mogerly now 4 for 14 on the year, but gives his team a 3-0 lead. If you're Northern, you want to start strong. That kind of went out the window, and just be able to take care of the ball. Those keys is always brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. I don't know what happened here that they're going to walk back down to the opposite end of the floor. The clock, or the shot clock going off. They're going to bring it to high school basketball in a couple years. That's what I'm told. 5 coaches told me that in the last 2 weeks. See how that goes. That's that's going to be interesting. So the team's just sort of standing around, but a good first shot. Tom Mogerly able to get himself down into the corner. That's kind of his area. I mean, he's a good three-point shooter. These teams squaring off here early on, as you see. Don't mind the man with the microphone. He's down there trying to figure out what's going on. But Mogerly, a terrific shooter, just hasn't gotten it going yet throughout the course of the season. Last year, he had 6 points and 4 rebounds when these teams played. Sort of an anticlimactic thing. It was a Walsh Cavalier at one point. He actually transferred after his redshirt year, and a medical redshirt at that, as you get a look at the crowd here inside this place. And they have done beautiful renovations here the last handful of years, and the clock just still being worked on. But a good first possession there for Capital. They started out their season at the University of Dayton, played down at UD Arena and lost 80-42 in an exhibition game. A couple days later, went and kicked off the month of December. Lost 79-62 at Ohio University. Northern on their own ended up playing some pretty good games, but 4-4 through the early part of this season. Coming off 2 losses in their last 3 games. Landon Long, 18 points, 4 rebounds in the last contest. That's a loss in Alliance. Speaking of, we saw the football team from Mount Union come here earlier in the season. They ended up losing yesterday in the Stag Bowl. Made it all the way to the national championship. Just gave up rushing yards to the all-time best rushing offense in Division III history, as the clock's still having some issues. It's Will Miller's fault. I mean, clearly he's standing there with a look on his face if I can't exactly figure out why this is happening. But they'll try to get things ready as Coach Young goes out to have a conversation. And look at what Neal has done. 132 and 125. Spent 10 seasons as a head coach in Georgia and a stop in Indiana before he got to this point. I usually blame the PA guy when these kind of things happen, but he seems like he's not very happy to begin with. So an interesting start to the day nonetheless. They're going to try to figure out the time of exactly what should happen and how long it took Will Miller to get from the baseline all the way out to the three-point line. He said about two seconds. Women's basketball team, you see in the top right corner of your shot right there, waiting for their ball game in a couple of hours, hoping that by the time we get to that point, that it will not have anything attached to a shot clock problem. Bears 1 and 2 on the home court this year. One of the most beautiful floors in the state is Miller. Dribbles and drives, fakes and comes back on the drop for Ethan Bell. Bell, a proficient three-point shooter out there, 9 of 21, looking for a friend. Good choice, 6'8" burner. There is Napier on the back down. Gets himself to the elbow and just lost the basketball. Went to make a move, and that's what Neil Young wanted. Protect the basketball. Switch into the corner, same three as before. Different result off the arm from Ogerly. Miller comes away with it. Here come the Bears on the no-look pass down to the low block for Napier. Had an injury. He's back from that. Little up and under. Gets to the glass. Shot turned away with a big right hand from Anna's Griffin Dosek. Was really grown since his point at Anna. Capital doing a great job now moving the basketball at 18:45. Dosek with a couple of dribbles in a hand on the comeback, and a great spin move and a little hang off the glass for a 5-point run for Griffin Dosek into a timeout at 18:32. Feels like we've been playing longer than that. Back here in just a second to Ada on NKTelco Sports.
My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Ethan Bell with the basketball here as we come back to action in Ada. Trying to work something inside is Miller. Little right-handed shot and a scoop for Will Miller. Cuts the lead to 5-2 as Northern gets their first points at 18-13 here in the first half. Capital's done a good job of shooting so far, 2 of 3. They turn it over. They average about 16 of those a game. See switch with Landon Long into the corner, trying to leave back down for Burner. Burner will give it away. The kick into Miller. 3-ball for the tie is Long. One of the all-time leading scorers at Audubon with that miss and in, running the floor. It's Griffin Dosek and rewarded his 4th point. He averages 7 a game. And at 17:40, quickly a 7-2 lead for Capital. Northern doesn't want to have to try to slow things down, but they might have to with Capital. Inside, Miller off balance with the shot. Rebound hustled, but Northern can't come back down with it. Is racing back the opposite way, and another good kick out for 3. The lefty stroke in and out by Joey Thompson. Damon Goodwin not happy He was the large gentleman in purple you see coming by the bottom of your screen. It's Burner off that kind of high switch, trying to create an opportunity with C.J. Napier. C.J. with a kick back out, the no look on the bounce. Back through. Napier on a high bounce, and maybe I'll just work inside. A little right hook shot. No good, and Northern's being beaten on the hustle plays to the boards right now. Carter Combs on the throw across. Miller right to the TV news guy. Tony was just in the way on that one. Studer in for the first time. The 6-foot freshman for Ohio Northern. So ONU making a couple of switches here. 16:40 to go in the first half. Miller out front. Now defending Carter Combs. Combs had it for a second. Miller able to come up and help take it away along with C.J. Napier. Running the backside in the reversal for Wapak's Adam Scott, 23, who just checked into the ball game. Off the switch, Carson Conley, 3 out of 5, and to the basket. That's what ONU's been able to get there. It's the redirect, and there goes that man, Adam Scott, on the flyby, cuts the lead at 16-13 to 7-4. Back after this here on NKTelco Sports.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it, and online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
There's an old saying, if you've got timeouts, go ahead and use them. That's what's happening here in the first half. John and Tony's Restaurant scoreboard with the Comets on top of the Polar Bears. Caleb Crawford wins the shoe game, going along with those bright purple jerseys. It's back to Crawford, 6'2" junior, on a little drive step and step back. Trying to play a two-man game with Joe Thompson. Thompson all the way past Burner, goes left hand off the glass, good in the foul. That is a terrific move on his part, just to get to that point. Mason Studer gets the foul. Put Joe Thompson at the line. First Team Ohio Heritage Conference as a senior and a junior at West Jefferson High School. He was a Rough Rider, just like his head coach, but a completely different color scheme. Out of Galloway, Ohio. Studer, who picked up that foul, now running the wing as Miller feeds down low. Adam Scott on the back down, the Wapak product, out to Studer for 3. Offline, couldn't get his 8th of the year. That was a smart move by Burner to let that one go down under. Thompson on the pull-up, spins baseline, didn't find anything he was looking for through the first 5 minutes as Minster's Justin Nixon, the massive humanity in front of me, set to check in. It's a good little give and go again. Thompson with a kick and back up top on the run for Crawford. He'll feed down low. Ball partially blocked, it looked like, on a shot from Griffin Dosek. 6'5" sophomore Justin Nixon, the MAC Player of the Year. We had quite a few of his games in high school. He was a terrific baseball player and was a 3-sport athlete at Minster that was all conference in all 3. C.J. Napier counters as the check-in for Northern. It's the leading scorer for the Bears, trying to get some things going here. Started nearly every game of his career out of Bishop Fenwick High School. He did low block for Scott, dribbles baseline, and he wanted to throw it down. But he was smart enough to change his flight plan and bring the Bears within 9-6. Crawford is going to probably lose a defender at some point. Gives us a terrific ball handler. So here's another one, Carter Combs. Back upstairs is Alex Ike from Marion Local, ready to check in. Joe Thompson hits another 2. Puts the lead back to 11-6. Mason Studer Trying to find a home, goes spin 3 times. Lost his defender in Crawford with that little ball fake. Miller working on the defense, step back from the elbow, nothing doing. Adam Scott's being trailed by C.J. Napier. Napier with a reverse layup. The 6'6 senior puts 2 of his normal 15 as Ryan Seaver ready to come in for the first time for Capital. 13:45 and a 3-point disadvantage. The ball knocked away. So Seaver will enter the ball game in that bright purple jersey. And another timeout, so we'll stay here on this one to get a look at the John and Tony's Restaurant scoreboard. Comets leading the Polar Bears 11-8. One big difference right now, Northern shooting 4 of 10 from the field. They're 0 of 2 from 3. Was the timeout brought to you by Precision Strip. But the Capital shooters have been much better, 5 of 8 for almost 63%. They hit 1 of 3. That was the first shot of the ball game before all of the issues with the clock. They've been able to share the ball. Each team about 50-50 in terms of that. The rebounds are actually 1 different from how it should be. Points in the paint are even right now. Bench points are in favor of Northern. There's been just 1 foul in the game. Things are pretty even overall. But it's just a matter of, like I said, Capital is hitting bigger shots right now. Let's get back to action with the Bears trailing 11-8. They will be hibernating before they go away from home for the rest of December. They take on a Clarkson out of New York and Suffolk, Mass at the Naples, Florida Classic to end the month. We won't see them again until January the 4th when they take on Otterbein. So Capital now back up top. Seaver for 3. That's a shot he does not miss from the top of the key much. Ike had the rebound. Ended up in the hands of one of his teammates. Seaver just trying to show out in front of the closest game that he'll play to home all year. Playing now on the switch, both Lauderdale kids into the lineup as Nixon, don't back off him. He'll put a 3 up. Crawford skies for the rebound to keep it alive for Capital. Ike played for Marion Local and Coach Kurt Guttemiller. Went down to the state championships as well on the screen and go. Down to Seaver, lost it, blocked away by Adam Scott. So Seaver's missed his first 2 as I can hear every single thing that Capital wants to do here. With Damon Goodwin hulking next to me. Kick out for Carter Combs, a sophomore. Wow. Triple in the air. And in the bottom of the bucket for Carter Combs, the lead back to 6 now, 14-8. Napier on the Polar Bears logo. Working with Carson Conley, the junior, feeds inside. Quick little give and go and a great throw by Conley to get Napier to a point to which he had a shot at that basket. So Nixon will get the first foul of the ball game against the guys in the purple. And it'll put C.J. Napier at the line, where he's 19 of 26 on the season. Got a good look from underneath the basket. Gets the form, and ONU team that shoots 69% on the year. Not able to make it work. Look at a second opportunity here in just a second. Get a good look at CJ and the form he uses, a southpaw ready to go to work, backspin, perfect. That's how Scott Robinson shoots his free throws. Didn't even use the rim. It's the director in case you're playing along at home. 3 subs for Northern. 2 of them immediately go to work as the 3 ball from the corner on target for Trey Hammond. And a lot of things that are about this young man. Now 10 of 20 that are positive from 3 on the year. Playing in just his 7th game. It's Northern behind it now by 8 at 17-9. Fed down to the low block. Napier on the back down, spins baseline away. Left-handed floater, no. Good looking move, just won't go. Anna Rockets, Griffin Dosick now on the kick across. Alex Ike was waiting. Goes to Seaver. Burner up up on top of him, but he'll give and go on a perfect bounce to the backside. But good defense by Northern to be able to recover to make sure that wasn't going to go anywhere. Just about halfway through this first half, we'll have Neil Young, the head coach at Northern, coming up at the halftime break. Kind enough to join us. This is a 3-ball offline left. Landon Long threw up a knuckleball, and it just would not fall. Hammond waiting for it. Nope, it'll be Seaver. He'll pull up on Napier. Bounce straight back to Dosick where it came. One of two Anna Rockets as it's inside, works on Napier, gets a little up and under. Griffin Dosick's got 6, and it's a 19-9 lead for Capital. Griffin, District 9 Player of the Year and the Shelby County League Player of the Year in his last year at Anna. Miller up top. Ethan Bell to his left. Miller off balance. Oh, hit it and he got the foul. That's Will Miller as a whole right there. Just used to torture defenses in the Putnam County League by doing the exact same thing. Absolutely no business making that shot. And I could see his high school head coach, Keith Utendorf, sitting behind me. And he just kind of smiled of, yeah, that's what he does. He's a creator. 1,150 points in his high school career. 3rd all-time leading scorer at Audubon. Knocks down the free throw. He's got 5. Bears back within 7 now with 10.5 minutes to go. Comets who score 72-3, but they give up 73-6. Reason why they're 4-5 on the season. High post kick to Seaver. All the way back across. Now he'll set the screen for Trey Hammond. Hammond pulls up, free throw line jumper, back rim. Seaver taps it right back to him. Crawford and Dosick going to work. Seaver did a good job to kind of change the eye line to allow Alex Ike to get in front of Michael Berner for 2. Now Ethan Bell, a little hop step to his left. Berner working against Seaver. Capital doing a terrific job defensively of pushing Northern out of the low block as Seaver tried to block one. There's a foul with Landon Long going to the line. That'll be all Ryan Seaver. That'll be his first. Get a look at that replay and you'll see exactly why. Right about there. Just grabbed the hand of Landon Long as he went by. A little number 5 on number 5 crime. Free throw good for Long. Carson Conley in. Landon Long now 15 of 19 from the free throw line. Polar Bears within 8. It'll stay that way. Although, that's a great rebound. Adam Scott just sort of snuck his way in there. Grabbed the rebound, put it off glass to make it a 6-point game again. Backdoor pass, Crawford inside, little head fake and hesitation to pick up his first 2. Another good move, but Northern got beat on the switch. See if they come back to Scott. Now he's in the corner. 9 minutes to go on the cross. Northern works from the high point. Almost went through the hands of Scott as he dribbles baseline on Dosick. Fade away for 2. No. Berner with a rebound, rips it across. Comes right back inside as he shot for Landon Long. Looked like more contact on the elbow on that one than the one that put him in the free throw line. Crawford speedily sends over to the corner. Dosick into the corner. Ike for 3. The sharpshooter able to put it down and put that lead back to 11. He's got 5 and 26-15 on the John and Tony's Restaurant scoreboard. A timeout here brought to you by Precision Strip. 8.5 minutes to go in the first half here on NKTelco Sports.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
8.5 minutes to go there as you see the Ohio Northern bench trying to figure out exactly what to do here on this upcoming possession. Capitals bench has got a lot of 6'6", 6'8" guys directly to my right. You see Damon Goodwin down on one knee, was a terrific high school player, the third all-time leading scorer, fourth all-time leading rebounder at St. Mary's. Had to step away for a year, but has had an amazing career over 26 years at Capital. 424 wins. Is a terrific collegiate athlete as well. One of the first big names from St. Mary's to go play collegiately. It's the Polar Bears with Will Miller facing a little bit of a pressure situation. A couple subs coming up for Capital as well, under 8. As Burner works against Seaver on the high post. Gets to Scott, back to Burner on the floater with a 1-foot shot. Michael with his first points of the ball game. Cuts the lead back to 9 as Ike trying to send it into double digits. Northern 6 of 16 from the field. Capitals 11 of 19 is inside. Seaver to the basket. Got a great lead from Dom Morgley. Seaver's first two, the 6'7" sophomore. Puts it back to double digits at 11 for Capital. Burner on the low block. Seaver on him again. Backdoor pass. Beautiful run by Adam Scott for his 8th point. Just hit that little backdoor cut and was able to get behind the defense. Northern trying to keep it in single digits here to make a run before the halftime break. Dosick turns, finds nobody. Ike down to the baseline for Seaver. Back up top for Ike. He'll shoot from there. Now with Adam Scott in front of him on the cross up into the hands of Morgley. Fired across for Ike with 4 on the shot clock. Dribbles baseline, turnaround shot, no. Did not get it in time. That'll be the third turnover on Capital. Miller on the stop, back up top for Carson Conley. Carson to the basket and draws the foul. He got a great first step, split a pair of defenders and got himself fouled by Alex Ike.
As his first team's 4th. Carson Conley, the line for ONU, shooting 2.
Carson Conley out of Newark, Ohio, and Licking Valley High School. Game-winning 3 against Watkins Memorial his senior year. Got his 1000th point against the Highland Fighting Scots. Became the 7th player in school history to do it. Knocks down the free throw. It's apparently the 6'1" junior, I'm told, is a massive Michigan Wolverines fan. He's got to be pretty happy about the college football playoffs then. 28-20. Second one to get within a touchdown. Rolls in and out. So it only gets 1 on that trip down as the injured Polar Bear. Somebody, I didn't see what happened. Adam Scott took a shot to the face after the rebound. Official will call for time as a substitution for Ohio Northern. That's the argument. There's a, you can see there at the bottom half of the picture, it's a pretty spirited discussion. I'm with Damon Goodwin, to be honest with you, because I thought if you stop play, you had to bring the player out, but Adam Scott did eventually come out. The official remarked to Coach Goodwin that I would do the same for you. I stopped him because I was worried about the kid. That's fine. Northern took him out to look at him, so it was kind of a moot point, but I think he was not very happy about missing the opportunity of a fast break. Down to 10 seconds on the shot clock as Joe Thompson Back up top, Dosick hangs and shoots offline left. Great defense to pick that up. Heath Jeffries, who came in for Adam Scott. Now Jeffries on the wing, down by 8. Trying to run the give and go on the step-up 3 ball. Up and down for Carson Conley. 6 of 20 on the year, but money on that shot. Northern within 5 for the first time in a long time. The Comets come in 1-2 in the league. This is a big, big eliminator in terms of how the OAC could go this year. Both teams have Baldwin Wallace yet and one another as a fall away for Joe Thompson. Gives him 6. Lead back to 7. Miller on the low block. He'll try to take it himself. Spins away from the baseline. Throw it around a defender for Conley. Now Miller for 3. Bottoms. Well, Miller has got a big first half with 8. And it's now a 4-point game. Northern's got them within 5 a couple of times. They got to play better defense. Griffin Dosick with a toss from the top. Puts it back with his 8th point to 6. Napier on the left. Feels like a possession that maybe Northern will try to get to him as Jeffries on Dosick on the back down. Kicked into the corner. Conley got his defender off sorts, and Dosick, he just got it turned around calmly, but it sounded like the Capitol bench maybe thought there was more ball there. You'll get the look here on the replay. You can judge for yourself. It'll close right. I don't know about that one. Free throw up. Good. I thought Dosick made a pretty good move, and that's a great shot from the cameras as well. Just rather prove or disprove that, depending on if you like orange or purple as your preferred color. 3 of 4 from the line for Carson Conley. And it's back to a 4-point game with just under 5 minutes left in the first half of the John and Tony's scoreboard. Mike has checked out for Carter Combs. Wait to see how the switch in the corner was going to go. Combs on the pull-up. Drew Miller and Napier inside. Able to thread the needle, but it will not fall for Joe Thompson. Napier comes back, gets the rebound, says, I can just do it by myself. Tried to get across on the corner, and he goes all the way to the rack, but can't get the layup, the putback for Heath Jeffries. Makes it a 2-point game, and David Goodwin is upset right now. It's a 30-second timeout with the Comets on top of the Bears, 32-30 here on NKTelco Sports. This timeout brought to you My Precision Strip. So a 2-point game, and apropos that with so many kids from Northwest Ohio that it's 4-1-9 up on the board as they are. I don't know what they're doing, to be honest with you. They were trying to initiate the wave directly across from me at midcourt. There are 2 guys, and apparently they don't have enough friends to make this work just to the left of directly across. It might be the same 3 guys from last week, actually, that tried to start the wave. Comets up top with the basketball. Carter Combs, Ryan Seaver out on the floor with Dom Morgley. Seaver spaces it over to the right side. Shot clock down to 10. Seaver now on the bounce. The fallback. My goodness, Joe Thompson just in front of C.J. Napier. Makes it a 34-30 game. Mason Studer, 5 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist per game handling the basketball. Northern couldn't get anything inside. Studer now pushed off the low box by Crawford. Spins, goes baseline, dumps it back across, and a turnover for the Bears. That's just their 2nd of the ball game. Here's a 3 lined up. Seaver crashes the boards and puts it up and in. Good follow through for the sophomore. Missed the game this season. See the heavy knee brace on his left. It's just the one game. Played some soccer in his high school career as well before he missed almost a full year with that knee injury. 36-30. Napier on the baseline. See how he decides to play Thompson. Just took him all the way to the rack. And off the glass for 2. He's got 5. Now at 2:46 left in the first half. It's back to being a 4-point game. Crawford back into the hands of Carter Combs. Combs. And an offensive foul away from the ball. Okerley sees Ryan Seaver pick up the foul. That'll be the 4th turnover on a Capital. Polar Bears will bring back in Ethan Bell. Played 23 games last year, started 9. As a true freshman out of River Valley, played about 26 minutes a game. Does a really nice job as Dosick will check in on the other side. Alex Ike apparently just a step short of getting back in for Capital. 2:25 to go in the first half. Coach Young coming up in just a couple of minutes. And nice enough to talk to us at the half and in the post game. As Coach Mark Hulsman will be in the women's game. Scott back into the ball game, but a turnover on Northern, and they run in the floor, and rewarded is a Thompson. He's got 10 now. First player in double figures in the lead. That was 2. Balloons back to 6 with 2 minutes to go for Capital. Scott will flash across. Seems less worse for wear than earlier on when he got hit in the face. Scott looking for the basketball, wants to dribble back to the corner, set up Ethan Bell for 3. But it will roll down near the hallway. Bell cannot connect on his first points. Ike back into the ball game. 3 years of golf and an honorable mention All-Ohio selection. For him. With the sophomore does here, minute 42 to go. You can hit us up on Twitter at NKTelco Sports, at Michael Hearn PVP. Tell us where it is you're listening, who you're rooting for. There's a lot of local kids in this ball game here from Northwest Ohio. But all the way back down into Columbus as Thompson saved it. Somehow he put it right back up on top as the southpaw from the right wing, no good. Good fight, but Ike able to come away with the basketball. Keeps it alive. Carter Combs with the miss, and Northern maybe one possession here. Trying to get something. Miller knocked off the ball from Mike. Audubon gets Marion Local in that matchup. I believe they played in high school as Scott tried to hang and throw one back with the right hand. It would not go. Ike, long kick across. Thompson in the corner, spotted up straight away. Carter Combs for 3. 6'2" sophomore, at his 18th of the year there. And he's got the lead back to 9. 40 seconds to go in the first half. Pass threaded through, but taken away by Crawford. And he is off to the races against Michael Berner. Berner sort of leaned into him. Coach Young's asking, is there not a foul there? Not the one on my guy, but the one on the other side. John and Tony's scoreboard at 32 for Northern. They would like the opposite number to be a little higher than the 41 that has been put up by Crawford and crew. So this is off the back iron. Caleb Crawford had an offer to play football at Urbana before that school closed, and Mount St. Joe's as well. Ran track, played football and basketball, and also volleyball in high school. This is off the back iron, and as that ball left the hands of Crawford, I could hear Damon Goodwin standing next to me say no, as then he knew it wasn't going to go. Napier out front for Will Miller. Miller, dribble drive, gets himself down to the baseline, back up top for Napier, 15 seconds. Studer will back it out. Off the screen, knocked down to the floor as Studer comes up for Miller. 3-ball, in and out. Rebound tap back out by Berner. Kept alive by Northern. Shot at the buzzer is no good, and we played one half here in Ada, and it's a 41-32 7-2 lead for Capital. Coach Young coming up here in just a second. Take a look at the halftime stats as he gets a conversation with his young men. Northern shot 12 of 27 in the first half from the field. They were 2 for 8 from 3. So you have Coach Young here in just a second. Coach, down 9 at the half. You guys had a chance a couple of different times. You got within 2. What's right and wrong? I mean, 12 of 27. They're not shooting much better, but they're able to, it seems like, make those timely shots.
We're just not playing well. You know, we're not playing hard enough. We're not cleaning up the defensive boards when we force a miss. I don't think we were playing hard enough in the gap defensively. I thought we were playing tentative offensively. You know, we look like we're in a funk right now. We got some guys that we need to be good that look like they went on break early right now, and we need to get those guys out of a funk at halftime, and we need 5 guys on the floor attacking, playing aggressive, playing hard, no matter who we got out there, and we just don't have that right now. They're playing harder and more aggressive than us.
Points in the paint right now, a big thing, 24-18 on their side. You guys have kind of done an interesting job at times of you'll be really good on switches, and then they'll be able to get those backdoor cuts. How do you stop that in the second half?
We just got better ball pressure, you know? Like, if you don't pressure the ball, it's like it's any sport. In football, you got to pressure the quarterback. You got to pressure the guy with the ball. So we got to get our edge back. We got to play harder. We just got to be better.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That is Coach Young's take. Obviously not a happy camper. We'll talk about what he's got to do coming up in the second half. Back in just a couple of minutes for half number 2 here on NKTelco Sports.
Wagner's IGA has been servicing their communities for more than 95 years, spanning 3 generations. Wagner's founded their business on 2 basic principles: excellent customer service and quality products. Visit all our locations and experience the finest selection of deli, fresh meats, and variety of beverage choices. While there, don't forget to check out our vast selection of fresh coffee beans, produce, dairy, and bakery items. Visit Wagner's today in Minster, Fort Laramie, and New Bremen, and check us out on Facebook.
Unpack your potential with a career at Pratt Industries. Working at Pratt Industries is more than a job. It's a sustainable career.
Pratt Industries to me is a job. It's my career. It's the way I put food on my table, but I love what I do.
We offer competitive pay, excellent benefits, and opportunities for career advancement. To apply, visit careers.prattindustries.com.
Welcome back inside the ONU Sports Center here in Ada. You see the John and Tony scoreboard, 41-32 in favor of a Capital at the halftime break. And you heard from Coach Young, not a very happy Coach Young at the halftime break. Big thank you to tonight's sponsors who are bringing you the following contest: John and Tony's Restaurant, along with Four Seasons Drive-Thru and Jalapenos Mexican Grill, whatever cards and games in NKTelco, for also helping out in Northwest Ohio liquidations as well. And Northern with a big hill to climb in the second half. You can see this game on our broadcast replays. You see the stats there. 6 of 9 from the line for Northern has helped keep them in the ball game, but 2 of 8 from outside. And the Capital Comets have put across a couple of deep shots in a 5 of 11 first half. This game will be in HD on NKTelco Channel 3 or on 503 Sunday, January the 1st at 1 o'clock and a Thursday, January 5th at 5. Don't forget, you can watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports. One big thing for Capital in our Keyhole Pizza Keys to the game was defend the three. And talking about how ONU shoots a good percentage from three. You saw the stat there that they haven't been able to get it going other than one from Conley and Miller in the first half. Will Miller and Adam Scott leading the way for the Bears with 8. Joe Thompson with 10. Griffin Dosick with 8. Carter Combs with 6 for Capital. But it has been Joe Thompson, 5 of 8 from the field, who has been that second guy. Griffin Dosick is having a terrific game. 8 points, 3 assists, and 6 rebounds in the first half. See if that continues in half number 2 after the, what I would imagine, is spirited conversation with Coach Young at the halftime break. Northern will put their starters back out on the floor and go to work here in half number 2. Down by 9. Score on the opening possession would help, but I don't know what happened. If it was the old shot clock again. So you can't have the shot clock run without the actual clock being corresponding. There you see 1.9. It's going to be one shot. Whoever hits it wins. Northern could put one in from half court. You don't even play the second half. I don't think they're going to go for that, however. So you'd have to put the shot clock at 27. Doesn't really make total sense to me that you wouldn't just restart it, but Northern is essentially penalized 3 seconds. Bears work with the basketball. Napier on the wing, went off the kickball. I didn't read in his bio that Joe Thompson played soccer in high school. He was a golf guy, but apparently he must have. ONU ladies back in the locker room. They were sitting out earlier on. The Capital young ladies are sitting across the way from me, getting ready for their matchup in just a little bit. Napier trapped in the corner. Gets down to the low block, tried to force his way back in. Then a little underhanded scoop shot for his 7th point of the ball game. Northern's back within 7 on the John and Tony's Restaurant scoreboard. Crawford tries to back down. Brings it back up top. Northern doing a good job here on the opening, about 25 seconds of this possession of defending the basketball. As a foul on the reach. Carter Combs tried to pick it up. Mason Studer slapped him on the way, as you see all this replay. Right about there to force that loose ball and on the foul. Up on the turn, Carter Combs back outside, but I think what'll make this Capital team a dangerous squad if it all comes together is the fact that they have multiple guys who can put 20 points on the board. It's a pull-up from Crawford, partially altered it looked like. Napier able to keep it alive. Here comes Carson Conley. Conley had that big first half from the line. As Miller shuttles one over to the right side. Minute and a half gone in this second half. Hand off for Miller. Thompson right there waiting for him. Just looking for that quick trigger. Conley didn't like it. Burner spins baseline away. Little baby hook shot, no. Tap back by Miller. Keeps it in play. Second one won't fall either. Those are the shots that Northern needs to fall down to get back into this ball game. Conley on the pull-up. Or Joe Thompson, rather. On the pull-up. Conley on the switch. Good little give and go on the bounce, but one too much. Back the other way. 4th turnover for Capital. So it off the hip of Joe Thompson. 17:56 left in the half. Northern with Napier trying to create something there. He would have liked to maybe seen Studer come off that screen and be able to shoot the basketball, but he didn't get the opportunity. Crawford tried to force him down to the left. Napier flashes in the post. Nothing going on as Burner kind of on that flip. Take the big guy out of the post and screen away for space for Will Miller on the pull-up baseline. Did not get the home roll. at 25 in this second half. Again, the ladies will play next. That'll be a good one. Two teams with a combined 2 losses. Played a win here for Northern last year. It's a fadeaway shot offline for Don Morgerly. Morgerly cannot find the bottom. It's that voice you hear in the background. He's the head coach at Capital, David Goodwin. Nothing on the bounce inside for C.J. Napier. Baseline and slapped away on his way up. Pete Jeffries and Adam Scott back into the ball game. C.J. Napier enters this season with 867 career points, coming in on 1,000. Also threw a no-hitter his senior year in the OHSA tournament. Playing some baseball at Fenwick. Northern got to get back on the defensive end, pull up left hand, and the run over. Guess I didn't see enough contact either way as Joe Thompson with the miss. Good take by Conley. Went to throw back door. Was it tipped? Officials say yes. Capital is vehemently saying no. Ethan Bell into the lineup, 5'9" sophomore for ONU. Miller off the screen. Let's go inside. Trying to work down. Jeffries shuffled to feed. The reason why is he caught a knee. Yeah, Griffin Dosek. That'll be his second. 7-point ball game. Tony's scoreboard just down the road here in Ada is Pete Jeffries nearly lost his balance. Miller with a crossover to the third block. Back up for Adam Scott. Scott wanted to hit the cutter, but Capital did a way better job this time around of slowing him down. Hand off to Miller, trapped in the corner on the fadeaway. The shot clock winding down. Had to just turn and fire one that was off the mark. Back to Carter Combs. Combs on the wraparound. A little stutter step, but with the left hand. That's the first points of the second half for Capital. And it comes at 15:45. Subs coming up for Capital. Bell off the crosser. Crawford waiting on him. Another 9-second possession. ONU having to work deep into the shot clock as Miller will drive. Reverse layup and good. He's in double figures now for the 4th time this season. Or 4th time in the last 5 games now with 10. And the lead back down to 7. It's pretty much where it has been for a good majority of this ball game. Is a foul away from the ball on Bell, trying to deny the cutter. That'll be his second. Trey Hammond, the 6'6" freshman. Justin Nixon, the 6'5" sophomore, into the ball game. Justin, who's got a brother that pitched and played basketball at University of Dayton. Johnny Nixon was a heck of an athlete at Mister. 3 ball away. Nixon predictably comes back down with a rebound. Keeps it alive, up and under. No, got his own rebound again. Wherever Mike McClurg, the head coach at Minster's at, he says, I've seen this movie. Worked out pretty well. Double-doubles nearly every night for Nixon. So tried to fight another rebound. Scott tried to get in front, and it was the other sub and Trey Hammond out of Medina, Ohio. The Akron Beacon Journal All-Star. It's a Battle and B. That's what Medina High School's mascot is. Pull up just from the elbow. Smooth looking shot for Landon Long's first from the field. The Bears back within 9 now. Just outside of 14 minutes to go. Nixon on the switch to Joe Thompson. Trying to work his way down into the post. And an offensive foul. It's a pretty easy call for the officials to make, I would think. As Carter Combs put his shoulder down. The sophomore who averages 15 has got 8 tonight. And just obliterated everybody in front of him. You'll see it here. So he'll pick it up from the high block. He's got the right idea. The problem is that Landon Long had long been standing there waiting on him. Ike back in the game for Capital. You see the checkout and the conversation of, hey, good job. Just didn't work out in your favor. Ball to the left. And on the backdoor lob, Adam Scott for 2. He's now in double figures with 10 after that run he had in the first half. Crawford up top for Trey Hammond. Hammond and Nixon playing a 2-man game trying to get Ike open. And Nixon with the illegal screen. Did not like it. Minster games, you can see as well. Thanks to NKTelco Sports. 13:39 to go in half number 2. It's 45-40. Capital with the lead here on NKTelco Sports.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We're certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
There you see the women from Ohio Northern University warming up. I kid you not, 5 seconds ago during the break, I asked for that shot because they were playing music and they were all over there dancing. And just wouldn't you know that every time that you go to put a camera on somebody, they stop dancing. So they now head back out into the hallway. Their head coach and Mark Hulsman will join us at the half and at the end of the game. Coming up in just a bit as the Capital ladies, they were not dancing during the break. Maybe they didn't like Jenny. They did not have her number. Scott tried to save and he stepped out of bounds on the end line. 5th turnover for Northern. Ryan Seaver back into the ball game alongside Griffin Dosek. So 2 kids who put on green jerseys in high school wearing the purple now. Representing Anna and Ottoville. Dosek will bring it across. Looking for a friend. He found Seaver. Hey, how about that? Ike now with the blue and gold for Marion Local. It's a completely different color combination. Drives to the basket, and Dosek with his opportunity blocked and thwarted. Here comes Northern. Heard Coach Young at the half say, we have to play better, and that was a high school teammate matchup there. And Will Miller is standing in front of me with a crooked smile on his face. And Josh Turbin, you'll see it here. You'll see number 5 come in there and block his best friend and former teammate. And they both kind of walked away, and I saw them have a short conversation about it, which was probably, I gotcha. Dosek up front now with the basketball and the handoff. Quick come around on the screen. Capital doing a good job of moving the basketball and creating open spots. 3-ball, Ike offline right. And back out of bounds. So Northern will send Adam Scott down to the corner. Trying to set something up on the fast break version of this offense, and Studer. Nobody inside on the cutters down lows. We're almost halfway through this second half. Teams will play again later on this season. Adam Scott with a full head of steam. No. Second time against 3 guys. Wouldn't spin either. Tried to save between he and Heath Jeffries, but it's taken by Will Miller. Miller's got a team high 12. Tom Mogerly ready to come back on for Capital as Ike with the basketball. We'll be joined by Joe Thompson here in a second. 3-point game. Ohio Northern trailing 45-42. They have not led in this ball game. Free ball offline left. And it's somehow picked back up by Capital, but stolen away by Ohio Northern. Great play by Landon Long. Took it off the bounce and just ran away with it. Trying to use the arm bar as he comes up top. Forrest Scott had a terrific year at Wapakoneta High School. Still a word that Pete Rose cannot say. It's a dribble drive to the basket, and aggressive is Miller as he wipes out on the head of the Polar Bear logo. He'll go to the line.
Capital, number 32.
On the foul of the freshman Trey Hammond.
Will Miller head of the line for ONU, shooting 2.
Will Miller's dad, Pat, sitting directly behind where I'm sitting at. Watches him miss the free throw. He's 1 for 2 now, and at 29-37 on the year. CJ Napier back in for ONU at 11-22. Won a district title at the Elida Fieldhouse. 27 years almost to the day that his dad won one at the Fieldhouse. Puts down a free throw for his second. Leading scorer for the Bears with 13 points. And 13 in his first career start against Alma. Not that long ago, he had 6 of 6 from the line. It's very rare that he misses one. 2-point ball game. Capital trying to avert disaster now. It's a kick into the corner, good spacing. But Mogerly lost it off a defender's foot. 3 balls straight away with 4 on the shot clock. Ike heads up play, tried to throw it off a defender, but nothing doing. CJ Napier came away with it. Northern with a chance to tie or take the lead on this possession. Miller, you could just see it in the way he handled the ball, wanted to be the guy to do it. Back up top for Napier. Napier thinking about it against Thompson with 12 on the shot clock. Dribbles to the elbow, comes back free throw line. Spins inside, Burner on the up and under, right hand, no. Rebound, knocked out of bounds. It was Napier who was trying to corral it with the left and fight off the defender with the right as we hit a timeout. It's a full timeout here in Ada. 10:24 to go in the second half. 2-point ball game on this timeout. Brought to you by Precision Strip here on NKTelco Sports.
We are here, and here, and here. Minster Bank is everywhere, providing every banking service that you need to keep your financial life in order. Whether you are on the go or stopping by one of our branches, Minster Bank is here for you. We proudly support the communities where you live. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Full disclosure, I've been to a lot of games in my life, and I've never seen 2 of 3 guys more into trying to get the wave going as you see a handful of folks trying to keep it going. But just behind the gentleman in the Santa Claus hat, he's celebrating a couple of days early. The third guy sitting in the middle does absolutely not care about anything these guys are trying to do, but they have been trying to start that wave for at least 25 minutes. They're not doing it on the northern bench there, you see. So a 2-point ball game. It's a good one. Again, it's a much better game. Northern, every time they would get within a couple of points in the first half, would look back up on the scoreboard and find themselves down by about 9. Cut it to 5, back to 9. Cut it to 2, back to 9. Stayed at 7 for a long time as well as a reach out. Miller got called for his first foul. So that'll actually be his second. 4th foul on ONU. Capital's got 4 as well. Mogerly with the inbound, waited for Carter Combs. He's got to be tired just from sprinting up there. Trying to get away from a defender, leading by 2, kicked across through Ike. Okerle for 3, bottoms up. That's his second triple of the ball game. And at 9:56 is maybe the most important because he puts his team back on top by 5 at 48-43. He opened the game about 5 seconds in before the clock malfunctions with a triple. Northern trying to avoid going back down. Will Miller on the low hop, stuck in the corner. If your defender falls down, throw it to that guy. Northern did it with Conley as striping his way to the basket is Landon Long. There's a foul there right as the shot clock expires. It'll be on Alex Ike. He is not thrilled about it. I think it'll end in a 2-shot foul, but I think pretty apoplectic about it. See the free throw up and good for Landon Long. It's a 2 out of 3 tonight. 16-21 on the season. Makes it a 4-point disadvantage for Northern on the John Anthony's scoreboard. Hits the second as well. Northern 3 out of 4 in the second half. They trail by 3 at 48-45. Okerle on the wing, back up top through Thompson. 9:15 to go as Thompson dribbles and looks for a friend. Okerle beat his man on the low block, and he plinkos one home. So 5 straight points for that young man. Now a 5-point lead at 50-45. Northern has been able to cut into it. Like I said, they've just not been able to push across. Screen for Conley. Now it feeds inside. Napier blocked on his way to the basket. And a late foul call. I don't know about that. CJ Napier at the line. A lot of folks, I think, thought maybe that was blocked clean. Napier up and down on the free throw. He's now got 8. CJ, the 6'6" senior, broke the Greater Catholic League all-time rebounding record in high school. On his way to scoring 1,000 points. Honorable mention all-league in the OAC last year. Second team as a sophomore. He was honorable mention as a freshman. If he missed, I think he was probably getting another one. Just about everybody in the world left early. Came in at having missed just 7 out of 26 free throws. Makes it a 3-point ball game. Okerle pushed up off the high block. Thompson waits for him. Seaver on Napier. Now the shot clock down to 14. Long triple offline for Carter Combs. When you're 16 of them on the year, you feel pretty good about yourself. Crawford takes the swipe out. Thompson caught that. Not even sure I heard it before I saw it. Okerle for 3, rattles in and out. Scott with a rebound. That's about the biggest help you can get if you're Northern. That did not go in, because that was a disaster shot from a defensive perspective. Napier's thinking about it. Working on the sophomore, and he got it blocked and turned away. If Napier had been able to kind of pull the trigger early, he might have gotten Seaver reaching to create some kind of foul situation. Instead, he did not. As Seaver now with it on the high arc on the 3-point line. Thompson straight away with a hand in his face. Kicks it back across. Seaver for 3 to extend the lead. No. And his buddy Will Miller with a rebound. So Miller now calmly walks it across with just over 7 minutes to go in the second half. Screens down through, going nowhere, and a foul away from the ball. Caleb Crawford just pointed to CJ Napier and said, "Explain to me how I threw him to the ground, please." It wasn't like Shaq being thrown into a Christmas tree. But the limit has been reached by Capital, so it'll be 1-1 for Napier. There you see how goes Ryan Seaver. Jeffries slated to come on for CJ Napier. 1-on-1 opportunity up and good, and Northern now within 2. Women's game coming up in a bit. You'll see that one as well. It's 4 for 4. Now, after missing his first, CJ Napier has hit 5 straight from the line. And at Northern is within 1. There's a long conversation going on the Capitol bench with the officials. Crawford now handling the basketball, pulling off shoes way cooler than I could ever wear. And he dribbles back to his left. And foul on Northern. It's on Jevin Beard, playing in his 3rd game of the year, the 6'2" freshman. 7:06 to go in the ball game. Crawford inbounding in front of his own bench, trying to avoid a 5-second call. Go to Griffin Dosek, good choice. 50-49. Crawford almost had it taken right back out of his hands. Now we'll take it on the cover out, try to get to the elbow. Bounces his way down there. 3 Northern defenders in his vicinity, means somebody's got to be open. That man and Carter Combs in and out. Adam Scott rips down the rebound. Chance to take the lead here for ONU at 6:38 for the first time in the ball game. Be interested to see who this finishes with. Jevin Beard at 14 seconds. Over the top to Carson Conley and out for Will Miller. Miller down to 10 seconds, dribbles into the corner with 7. Little crossover, step back, waits for it to go through. Scott on the baseline, back to Miller, and he didn't get it off before the shot clock came to its conclusion. 6th turnover and a Capital ball, but a media timeout. 50-49 on the John and Tony scoreboard. We're back after this. It's heating up here on NKTelco Sports.
Whatever Cards and Games in Ada is your locally owned, family-friendly business for all your gaming needs. We carry a wide range of collectible card games, board games, family games, role-playing games, educational games for all ages, and more. Stop in today for your much-needed expansion packs and war miniatures. We are an official tournament store for Yu-Gi-Oh!, Magic the Gathering, and Cardfight Vanguard. Expect an enjoyable time at Whatever Cards and Games, where there's fun for everyone.
Just trying to bribe the Audubon kids here during the break. They are actually participating in the wave behind me. So the wave is officially growing here in Ada. As you see them there with the Capital boys walking past, they are not doing the wave. I am told, however, that in the truck, they've done a pretty good version of the wave. I don't know if that's true or not. Camera guys have been trying to do it. Kurt and Josh and Jim have been doing different versions of it as they've been trying to do their jobs expertly, by the way. 1-point ball game with 6 minutes to go. If you're just joining us, you've missed an interesting ball game. It's a back door left open. And a basket for Conley, or for Crawford rather. I didn't think it was as much a foul. I couldn't see from the distance. But watch the cut right through the back door, and just that late close, and apparently enough from Heath Jeffries to initiate the foul call. Crawford out of Princeton High School in Cincinnati. Up and good. His Princeton High School former teammates, by the way, playing just down the road in Lima. He's a junior. They play in the annual Holiday Classic at Lima Senior tonight against Ottawa Glendorf. As a feed inside. Great pass by Jeffries to Adam Scott for 2. And it's back to a 2-point game at 53-51. Northern shooting 17 of 42, Capital 23 of 51. Well, there's another slip for Caleb Crawford, and he's got 5 in a span of about 30 seconds to run the lead back to 4 at 55-51. Adam Scott drives baseline, kicks back out top into the corner. Here's a 3 from straight away, needs it. Offline left for Mason Studer. Interested to see what happens with Coach Young after the ball game. Of course, it'll be interesting to see what happens with the ball game as it's tapped right back to Crawford. Without lack of trying. Much better second half for ONU as a drive swatted away. It'll just be an out-of-bounds play as opposed to any kind of fouls as Napier and Miller check back in for the Bears. You see, watch the Northern defense finally able to close down with the ball coming their way, and the block from behind by Jeffries. Dosick trapped just inside the free throw line. Crawford wanted to get it back to him. No look inside, and a great play set up by the guard in Crawford. That is just Dosick. First basket of the second half, but all of a sudden it's a 6-point game. Crawford to the basket for 2, and Northern looking for a timeout, I would imagine. They are in need of some ailment. A 7-point run. Now out to an 8-point lead at 4:33 in the John Antoni scoreboard here on NKTelco Sports.
At Four Seasons drive-thru, we have the coolest beverages in town and specials to satisfy all appetites.
Check out our Facebook page for all the details and times of Browndee's Pies. Get this great pizza by the slice or take home a whole pie. And don't forget his spectacular subs.
At Four Seasons drive-thru, we have all the supplies you need for game day celebrations.
Four Seasons drive-thru, 205 North Main Street in Ada. Great drinks, great food, wonderful service, and amazing prices.
Go Bears!
4.5 minutes to go. He's going to look inside Damon Goodwin's Capital bench. He's looking for career win number 425 in his career. Series all-time is skewed in at Capital's favor. So they have been able to pick up the last handful. But an 8-point game here, Capital leading the all-time series 82-63, but kind of an oddity. And then with that big of an advantage, they're 30-40 all-time here in Ada. Last year it was a buzzer beater here in Ada. They only played one time. David Sanford hit a shot at the buzzer to make it 53-52. Northern would love to be able to pay that back. It's Caleb Crawford with the foul. You see here on the replay, watch number 11. And just jumped into C.J. Napier. Officials always get the guy who puts his hand up. Says, that wasn't me. Napier stays perfect lately from the line. Adam Scott back into the lineup for the Polar Bears. Each team with 3 timeouts through the final 4 plus. Napier's second free throw good. He hit one at 7:17 to make it a 1-point game at 50-49. But obviously you see what happened, a 9-4 run since that point. 4:15 to go. Crawford out front. Mason Studer is defender, trying to keep him from going right. Everything predicated back to the other side. Free throw line, back out top, 3 away. Spins in and out. Adam Scott with another big rebound. ONU is being out-rebounded 32-27 now, but not without lack of trying for Scott, who's got a team-high 8. Baseline trap now, Burner back in. Oh, he went for the spin move, and a defender picked his pocket. ONU tried to keep it back away. The outlet for Thompson. Up and off the glass. Burner slapped the backboard, but nothing, nothing he could do. Thompson's got 2 in the second half and 12 overall. Studer up front at 3:24, shot clock down to 8. Napier on the baseline, works on Thompson at 4. Not sure he's aware, back out top for Scott on the run, and the 3rd time now that Ohio Northern has been hit with a shot clock violation. Precursor to that was that it didn't work early on in the game, I guess. 3 Bears in double figures into the ball game right now. It's Crawford himself flirting with double figures. He's got 9. 3 minutes to go left in this first of 2, and an offensive foul. Well, Griffin Dosick, that'll be the 2nd time that he's gotten one. Damon Goodwin, he saw with his hands up of what happened? I don't think that's true. 2:55 to go. Defense out higher across the Polar Bears logo on the marquee or the parquet court. Will Miller for three to get closer to lead. Big game Will Miller shows up and need a big shot. 16 points in the game for him. It's now a 5-point game. Did it all through high school. Why not do it here? 1,100 career points. Burner up top defending Thompson. Up off the switch now. Dosick with Napier right there at 220. Behind the back through the lane. 4 different guys there. Dosick, beautiful drop pass and one. Tom Mogerly. He waited just enough, but he was able to turn his back and get it in double figures. You see the replay here. It's a beautiful recognition, though, more than anything, for Griffin Dosick. But he was able to see him there through 3 different Polar Bear defenders. Free throw as good as it was on its toss. And Northern with a timeout. 2:14 to go here in the second half. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll stay here and take a look at the John and Tony's Restaurant scoreboard with a 64-56 lead. The Polar Bears trying to get themselves back in. Game high 16 points for Will Miller. CJ Napier's got 13. Adam Scott's got 12. 7 fouls. There's the gentleman dressed up as Santa. There's a young man right behind him just dancing as well. But 2 timeouts left for ONU. Went to the concession stand, grabbed himself a huge handful of popcorn, and went back over the bench. Both teams will be in the bonus. Double bonus coming up for the next foul on Capital for ONU. .214 remaining. Shot at the back of CJ Napier, the ball handler in Will Miller. Now waiting for it to roll. See Napier playing maybe the 2-man game. Trying to hook him up for 3. Miller in and out. Rebound Mason Studer. He'll go to the basket and draw the foul. Great heads-up play by Mason Studer. Didn't try to do anything extra. Just immediately grabbed it. Saw there was a hole in the defense. And he tried to work against Carter Combs, as you see the replay. Off the miss for Miller. Now you see number 1 skip into your steam. Right up off the glass. Mason Studer, 9 of 10 from the free throw line this season after he puts down the first. Division III Player of the Year and first team All-Ohioan at Colonel Crawford last year. Broke the assist record, both of a career and for a game, with 15. And he already had 46 college credits by the time he got here. Cuts the lead to 6. Northern with the steal. Miller out to Studer with the miss. Northern tried to steal one quick. And a foul with a minute 54 will be on Carson Conley. Can't play in this game if you don't get a foul. Just listening to the conversation with Coach Goodwin taking place directly in front of me. Coach Goodwin's asking about a specific foul, and the official was very nice to him. He said, "Sir, the young man was already there." It's a free throw for Crawford off the back of the rim. One of the few things he's missed in this game have been free throws. He's missed 3. 64-58. Napier over to Adam Scott, waits for the cutter, and Studer nothing doing there. Up top for Miller with a minute 40. Napier feeds Burner on the baseline. Quick handoff back to CJ. Nearly got caught walking as he spins. Working on Dosick. Got through, changed his pivot foot, and his shot still won't go. Ohio Northern has had that basket be pretty much super glued closed. 19 of 47 from the field. Foul on CJ Napier. That'll be the first. Alex Ike back into the Capital lineup at a minute 24. And a timeout for Northern of the full variety. 64-58 on the John and Tony's Restaurant scoreboard. Here with a minute and a half to go on NKTelco Sports.
Households are using more connected devices than ever before. TVs are streaming, smartphones are browsing, security cameras are watching, and virtual assistants are, well, assisting.
You'll need an umbrella today.
As you add more devices, we are constantly improving our technology to deliver the fastest and most reliable internet to your home. So make sure you have enough bandwidth.
Get NKTelco high-speed internet with speeds up to 1 gig. Call 1-888-NKTelco today.
64-58 here in half number 2. Don't forget you can watch replays of this game on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on 503 Sunday, January the 1st. What a way to kick off the year. Or Happy New Year, too, if you're watching on the 1st at 1 p.m. Thursday, January the 5th at 5 p.m. And also on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at NKTelco.com/sports. Find us on Twitter as well. A lot of folks watching from the greater Columbus area. Capital, the first of 2 here today in the double dip as the women will get ready in about half an hour. Caleb Crawford at the line, 1 of 5. Puts it down. Talked about earlier what a great athlete he is. Played 4 sports in high school. Basketball, track, football, and volleyball, which is getting sanctioned at the high school level. Soft and off the front of the rim for an 8-point lead. Studer now bringing the ball up the court. Miller and Napier waiting on the left. Berger and Scott on the right. Miller working on Ike. Back down, spun baseline. Short of it. Alex Ink says they let us play that defense in the back. 8-point disadvantage. Carter Combs and Ryan Seaver ready to come back in for Capital. Miller up and down on the free throw. He's hit 3 out of 4. He's got a game high 17 points. And make it 18 points. 6-point lead. Now the pressure being applied by Ohio Northern. Crawford with the throw across. Trying to get it back in now. Seaver, oh, he had a man wide open underneath, but with Berner kind of closing and trying to foul him, he didn't get an opportunity to really be able to do anything with it. That 18 points, by the way, is a career high for Miller as Seaver to the free throw line. 9 out of 10 all the year. Up and good. Ryan's got 5 in the ball game. Minute 3 to go as he finds the rest of his friends now. Seaver will actually missed the game. Again with that knee injury. It's going to come out for Griffin Dosek. Up and good on the second. Dosek got teased a little bit, but he tried to check in. He was the shooter's replacement. They teased him that he came in a little too early. Said he was excited. He just kind of laughed about it. Under a minute to go now in an 8-point game, 68-63 ball. CJ Napier in and out. And Berner trying to reach around the long arms of Griffin Dosek. So Berner now with his 3rd foul. Breaks Dosek having to walk the entire length of the floor. And he thunders home the free throw. Dosek 6'4", District 9 Player of the Year and a first-team All-Ohioan. He also played some football at Anna. 70-60. Again, Northern was within 1 in the second half with 7:17 to go. Miller forced to pick the ball up. 3-ball. Mason Studer from downtown Bluffton with that shot. And the foul will be on Capital. Griffin Dosick, that'll be his 4th. Ryan Seaver ready to come back on. Quick substitutions, offense and defense, as Burner misses on the free throw. 6 of 17. Burner at the line, trying to make it a 9-point game with 40 seconds. He's not. Adam Scott had the rebound, kept it alive for ONU. Got to work quick, though, on the drive. That ends up being a turnover. Kind of a disappointing ending to that. Conley had a line on it as Crawford trying to stay away from Mason Studer in the foul. Have a 3 on Mason. 26 seconds to go. Getting a 10-point ball game. It's Capital. It's Caleb Crawford out to the free throw line, and he rolls one in. Capital won at Kalamazoo on a Thursday night. They're well traveled. At 37-18 at the half, they'll go a couple of weeks before their break. This free throw's good for Crawford. He's now got 13. 2 for 2 from the line, 72-60. Miller is going to be fouled by Eink. 19.5. That'll be 4 on Eink, but in Adrian to take on Adrian, Michigan on the 2nd, hosting Wilmington on the 4th, then a big matchup on January the 7th as Miller continues to add to his career high. He's got 19 against number 5 Mount Union on January the 7th at home at the Capital Center Performance Arena. They'll honor the 82, 83, and 84 teams. It's 20 points in the ball game for Miller. He's done a yeoman's work from a line. ONU will head it to the Greater Columbus and Bexley area to take on these same Comets on February the 3rd. But for now, it'll be a 72-62 win for Capital. Game high 20 from Will Miller. And hopefully we'll talk to Coach Young coming up here in just a second. But 72-62, the final. This Capital goes to 5-5 on the year. They are 2-2 in OAC play. Bears go to 4-5 on the year. They're 1-3 in the Ohio Athletic Conference. Let's see if we get Coach coming up here in a second after he gets a chance to talk to his squad. It'll be an interesting conversation because he was fired up at the half about having his team play better, and see what happens here in the rest of this one. Coach, hard loss. Obviously, you guys had about 7 minutes to go. You're down by 1. Get the free throws. It wasn't a huge problem for you. You're able to connect there, but just kind of, again, what we talked about at the half, unfortunately not able to get enough stops.
Yeah, I mean, we cut it to 1, and then we have a string of possessions that we don't say a word in ball screen defensive coverage, and they just get easy bucket after easy bucket after easy bucket. And so you're not going to win games in the OAC when you have lulls in communication like that. But that also just shows, you know, like this is a pattern with us right now. We continue to dig ourselves into holes. And, you know, I'm happy that we fight back. Don't get me wrong, but at some point, we need to be able to go on a run in the second half and be up 6 as opposed to go on a run in the second half and be down 1 or 2. And, you know, for whatever reason, you know, we gotta go back and look at our process in a lot of ways because we just continue to get off to slow starts. And that was the case again today.
Kind of frustrating a little bit, though, from a coaching perspective, though, kind of to piggyback on what you're saying, where the first half, you're within 5, you go down 9, you cut it to 2, you go back to 9, that you just continue to fight, but you can't get that one last shot if you maybe get over that hump to re-energize you to continue on.
Yeah, you know, we just, I think it's pretty obvious we have a lot of things we have to get better at. You know, like, we just got to keep working, you know, like, there's nothing sexy about it. There's no secrets. It's just like we have to practice well every day. We have to continue to work. And then the conversation we're having a lot in our locker room is it's not enough to just play hard. I mean, this is college basketball. You have to play hard and you have to execute. You know, and I thought we made, from a coaching decision, we made some poor choices to start the game too that contributed to our slow start. But I also, like, we just have to play with some edge from the tip, and that's something we got to figure out.
You've got a good mix of your older guys with getting CJ back and getting him healthy to your young guys. I mean, Will Miller with a career-high 20 at this point. What does it say for you? I mean, the way he plays, you know he's an electric shooter, but the fact that at this young age that he's able to help your team from the free throw line so much.
Well, it's good, and it's bittersweet that, you know, the guy we feel like we can't take off the floor as a freshman, right? It's like, man, like we need some other guys to step up and be as reliable as he is. But, you know, it's also, yeah, I mean, he's a great athlete. He plays really hard. He's in really good shape. You know, and he works at it. And so you can tell by the way he plays, you know, like it's hard to play an OAC. It's hard to play as many minutes as he played tonight without just getting gas. And I thought he did a good job. We just got to keep getting better. You know, we just got to keep getting better.
He's got that little bit of energy, though, from playing essentially in front of his hometown here to see him.
Yeah, you know, I mean, we recruit Northwest Ohio hard, and we want to continue to do that. You know, like it's fun when you're, you know, playing in front of friends and families, and that's a huge part of our recruiting, you know, pitch and our recruiting strategy is like, hey, come play in front of your family, like come play in front of your hometown. You know, I mean, we got, and I think Adam Scott gets, you know, the entire city of Wapak coming out sometimes, it feels like, and you know, Will's got an Ottoville contingent, and so yeah, we need that. You know, we need that support, and we need them to keep coming, and we need to keep recruiting Northwest Ohio hard.
You've got roughly a week and a half before you guys go play a couple of games in the Sunshine State. When you go into practice, you say you need to be better every day. What's the one big takeaway that you need to put in the bag to go to Florida?
Man, that's a great question. There's so many, but I just think there's a difference between playing hard and competing with an edge. I thought we were very tentative defensively tonight. You know, the game plan was to come out and really try to deny hard, but you would have never guessed that by watching, you know, so like I think sometimes our guys are they're a little worried and fearful of maybe getting beat or this, but it's like if you play tentative, you're going to lose anyway, so why not go for it? You know, we scrimmaged some teams really well earlier in the seasons and played well, and we were really getting after it defensively, and for whatever reason, we've kind of lost that edge, and we got to figure out how to get it back.
Well, I wish you the best of luck, and enjoy the trip to Florida.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
That's the head coach, Neil Young. We're back in just a couple of minutes to wrap this thing up here in Ada on NKTelco Sports.
Nareda Lanes in Ada offers men's league bowls on Mondays and Wednesday evenings, women's league bowls on Thursday evenings, couples bowls on Friday evenings, kids bowl on Saturday mornings from December through March, Scotch mixed double bowls on the last Saturday of every month, open bowling on Saturday evening, Saturday afternoon reserve the bowling alley for children's birthday parties, and on Sunday, lanes are available to reserve for birthdays of any age as well as for group events. Check out NaredaLanes.com for more info.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? Lincoln Electric Automation in Coldwater and Fort Loramie supplies top-of-the-line automation systems to manufacturers. Lincoln Electric Automation routinely develops its team through hiring and by offering advanced technical training. We understand that every employee matters, and every role contributes to the success of our business. We offer advancement opportunities, competitive wages, and benefit packages. Visit LincolnElectric.com and get on track to a better career and a better future.
Final score on the John and Tony scoreboard, 72-62 in favor of the Capitals. They pick up win number 5 on the year and get to 2-2 in the OAC. There you see the women warming up in the background. The final stats brought to you by Wagner's IGA. It is kind of similar to what we talked about early on, not letting the 3 balls go, and each team did a pretty good job of getting hands in the face on that. 6 of 21 for Capital, just 5 of 13, or 3 of 13 rather, for Northern. They made the mark at the free throw line, got out-rebounded by a handful, and each team with some giveaways at 10 apiece. But that's kind of what happens. The Bears are led by Will Miller with a career-high 20 as you get a look at some of the things that happen in this ball game. December 29th against Clarkson, New York, and December 30th against Suffolk, Massachusetts at the Naples Florida Classic for ONU. Next time we will see the men is on Wednesday the 4th against Otterbein at 7 p.m. Big thank you to our sponsors in this ball game, and John and Tony's Restaurant, along with Four Seasons Drive-Thru and Jalapenos Mexican Grill, Whatever Cards and Games, and NKTelco, along with Northwest Ohio Liquidations. Kurt Kuppner, Jim Miller, and Josh Miller did a terrific job on the cameras. Let you see some things going on here as well. And our director, Scott Robinson, A1, that guy is, all the time. Mike Hearn, and we wish you a Merry Christmas if you're watching the men's game, getting ready for the women's here in Ada. A 72-62 win for Capital that you saw here on NKTelco Sports.